Hour with Roshan Melwani. Today's actually episode 37. Last week was 36, and I rightfully said it was 36. And then in some of my posts across all platforms, I mistakenly typed 37, but not on Instagram, that's for sure. Welcome. I have been banned 3 times this week, including this morning. Wednesday afternoon whilst I was in Macau. Friday, can't remember the time. And then this morning, okay, and I came back this morning from the dead the fastest ever. Wednesday was the fastest ever. Friday became the fastest ever. Today became the fastest ever. I'm being banned this time. Previously, it was for child pornography or some shit like that. I don't understand how doing videos with my kids, showing restaurants and stuff, is child pornography. And now the last 3 times has been the integrity. I don't even understand what it means. Like I'm compromising the integrity of Instagram. I have no idea. I've been in Macau, okay, and I have this week only posted like family stuff and done collaborations with stuff that I'm venturing into or with sponsors, okay? So 3 bans this week, including this morning. Came back from the dead all 3 times. Everyone wonders why I have 3 Instagram channels. Everyone wonders why my views, my likes, everything are so low. I keep getting banned. I'm absolutely shadow banned. You know what I mean? This fucking platform, fucking cunts fuck me up. To start with, can we bring on the hate? Yes, I'm wearing a brand new Ed Hardy t-shirt that I bought in Macau. I fucking love Ed Hardy. I love my sexy jeans. I don't know when the fuck I got these. And I have these fucking Nikes on. Jeans are so tight. Can't get fucking my foot up here to show you. Right now, I don't know. Ed Hardy's an American brand. And I have accumulated a lot of Ed Hardy t-shirts since God knows when. 2006, 2007 stuff, right? And they're pretty huge in Macau. I mean, the Ed Hardy stores in Macau are gorgeous. There used to be Ed Hardy stores in Hong Kong, very small, very shitty and stuff, right? The t-shirts are extremely expensive. The service is so good. The places are booming and so forth. And I love the brand. And I don't know why Americans, especially young Americans, hate on Ed Hardy. I don't understand. Now, I'll tell you something, right? I will dress like a rock star no matter what. That is my gig. That is my jive and stuff. And it's so odd that, you know, people will hate on someone that has, I don't think it takes balls to dress like this, right? But for a lot of people, like, it's just not their jive. They'd rather just dress so simple, wear like a Uniqlo t-shirt or an H&M t-shirt or something Zara and be so mainstream and then hate on the fucking coolest motherfucker ever there is, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any fucking sense, you know what I mean? And you know, I give more props to the fat fucks that I know and the fat fucks that I see with their giant bellies who are donning Versace, right? Than the, you know, sort of in-shape guys who are just wearing like a white polo or something. I mean, fucking makes no sense. Guys don't know how to dress, you know what I mean? And that's why I, you know, I'm a very successful person. I've talked about dressing people for so long and so forth. And I'd love to just take your questions, but, you know, some of the questions, I mean, they're just so shitty. It doesn't make sense. And so much of the audience, you know, comes in and out and so forth, rather than just staying till the end and, you know, helping to grow this community. So I was thinking this week, now listen, I don't think I read any notes last week, definitely not the week before, and possibly not the week before that. And I have nothing prepared for this week. I have some old notes that I never touched on from about a month ago. But I was wondering the build up to today. Should I continue doing this podcast? Is there any need or reason for it? Is there a fan base? Is there a true fan base besides Lisa and Danielle that love the Watchman's Hour? You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm thinking, I'm not earning money from this, right? But there's only one good thing that really comes from it, okay? And I should touch on that now. And I was going to touch on it last week. I had some notes from last week. But I didn't get a chance to get to it. I was just in free flow. And I'm going to talk about this week. But the thing that was born out of the Watchman's Hour by chance were the clips, right? And the clips have done really well. And based on, these are last week's statistics. So the response on Instagram has honestly been incredible, okay, for these clips. In the last 3 months, the page, the Watchman's Hour page, the clips page, has reached 5.8 million views. This is the brand new page. It's only been around less than 3 months. Okay, so 5.8 million views. Some of the top videos have hit 880,000. That's already past 900. 585,000. That's already past 600. 223,000. That's already past 300. 189,000. That's past 200. 165,000. That's past 200. 133,000. That's past 200. Okay. So for a small account with just 1,700 followers, it's been an unbelievable journey, the start of it, right? And, you know, I'm genuinely grateful for every single view, share, and conversation that's come out of it. I mean that, right? So that's the great thing. What I would want, right, is for the podcast itself to be generating massive fucking numbers and stuff, right? Like, you know, I want to be propelled into the Joe Rogan and Tom Segura stratosphere, and why not, right? Well, I mean, why do this and, you know, not feel that you should, you know, be shooting for the stars? I mean, I'm talking from the hip, right? Isn't that an American statement, also American statement? I'm shooting from the hip. I'm shooting from the hip. Lisa, Danielle, can you give me a definition of what shooting from the hip means? And so forth. And there's not many people like that. And, you know, I say that I lean to the right, but, you know, I also lean to the left at times. And, I'm definitely open about speaking about anything and everything and answering genuine questions. And, you know, I've opened up so much about my life and my wife and my children and my struggles and my work and my father and stuff, right? And, you know, I want to be patted on the back for that. And I want a genuine following, a genuine audience that appreciates this podcast in its entirety, right? So it makes me wonder, other than the clips, which have done extremely well, right? I want the podcast itself to have this sort of response. I want 5.8 million views for the podcast. I want 580,000 views for the podcast. I want 5,800. I'm not even getting 5,800 views cumulatively for 3 months of the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's on YouTube. Obviously, if we add up the podcast views on Instagram, the numbers are much, much, much bigger. But I don't know how fully through people watch it. I mean, they are people who've watched the whole podcast after the fact on Insta, but I think those are in the single digits. I really, really don't know. I'm just not getting enough feedback in the comment section. I don't give a fuck about the comment section in the stupid videos that I do side by side with kids. When I say kids, they're in their 20s, right? That beg me to do these videos, right? I'm more interested in, you know, being asked about, right, the real stuff I do, the real me, which is me here every single day. Thank you, Notorious. I appreciate you. Hello, Nick Sue. Stay till the end and ask me any question, or ask me a genuine question right now, and I'll break away from my monologue and answer it, right? Don't say, hey, can I ask you a question, and then I actually call on you, and then you ask me some garbage, okay? Anyway, so 3 bans from Instagram this week. Wednesday afternoon, Friday, possibly morning, and then again, just this morning, I was like, where am I going to broadcast from? You know, my tertiary account stuff. I don't know what it is. I don't know what Instagram integrity is. I don't know how I keep, you know, getting banned because I'm doing videos with my son and my daughter. My son is 14 years old. My daughter is 15 years old. None of us are naked. It really, really, really makes no sense. And this is, you know, all emanates from the United States. It's weird shit. You know what I'm saying? So I went on to Copilot. I went onto Gemini, and I went onto Grok, and I asked, why does Sam Taylor keep getting banned? Why does Roshan Melwani keep getting banned? And they gave me a lot of information, a lot of it based on Reddit. And a lot of them said that it's because of mass reporting, and that this guy, especially on Reddit, Roshan, has a huge hating, you know, like, that, I guess that's the opposite of fans, right? So I don't understand who these people are on Reddit and what the fuck Reddit is about. Reddit is not even reality, right? What I'm doing right now is reality. My business is reality. Me giving you restaurant tours in fucking Macau is fucking reality. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I mean, giving you a tour of my fucking Magnus suite is reality, right? I'm giving you reality TV, right? I'm not bitching about stuff and whatever. So I really don't get it. And do I feel sorry for myself? No, of course, because I'm overwhelmingly successful. And I'm extremely wealthy, right? And I'm in great fucking shape, and I'm so fucking handsome and stuff. And I have 3 gorgeous children, a sensational wife, an absolutely world-famous father who's decorated and anointed by multiple governments across the world, major governments like the United Kingdom. Right? So no, I'm not feeling sorry for myself. I'm just trying to say that, you know, like, if you look at Tom Segura and Joe Rogan, they post whatever the fuck they want, so much swearing, so much this, so much that. I don't know why is it me always getting banned, you know what I mean? It has to be mass complaining, mass reporting as these three AI things. I'm not an AI guy, right? But I said, if no one's going to give me an answer, I'm going to ask Grok, which is part of X. I'm going to ask Gemini, which is Google, and I'm going to ask Copilot, which is Microsoft, right? It's three of the biggest stuff, right? And they all tell me it emanates from Reddit, and it's usually mass reporting, and people on Reddit, there's like a massive following of haters for me on Reddit. I don't even understand, bro. I'm just here to make suits. I'm here to give you an insight into China and stuff, right? I find it really odd. Why don't you just sit back and enjoy the show? So today's Sunday, and it's Chinese New Year still. Chinese New Year still for a few weeks, but the actual public holidays were Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I think I mentioned this to you last Sunday, or maybe I didn't want to give away too much. And I love it when I can just talk like this and I don't have notes prepared and stuff. But then you've got to have stuff to talk about. You've got to be able to be confident to talk away. And I'll say again, I would love questions. I would love genuine questions. And those of you who are on YouTube watching, I would love a shout out because I can't see who's there. Now, so I think I mentioned this to you last Sunday. My kids this is stupid. This is diabolical. I'm fucking stupid. My dad's stupid. My uncle's stupid. That doesn't mean they're bad people, but sometimes they're very fucking stupid. They don't understand. So, the previous Friday, so I'm talking 10 days ago, kids have half-day school. So they're officially off and they go back Monday. So they've got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's 5 days, 7 days, Saturday, Sunday, 9 days off. Like 1.4 million people left Hong Kong to go on a vacation lasting up to 9 days, right? And I wanted to be one of them, right? And my uncle's response is like, I don't think your dad can handle the shop because of his health for that long. I said, okay, fine. You know what I mean? If that's the trap that I'm in, that's the trap that I'm in. No issues, okay, whatsoever. So I go to my dad, I said, listen, you're closing the shop the first day of the holidays, right? And he's like, yes. I said, okay, great. I'm going to go to Macau that day, the whole day, just like I did last year. And he gives me like a grunt and a dirty face because he doesn't want me to spend any money and do anything, right? And that's truly how he is. I'm not even making this stuff up. He doesn't want me to spend any money or do anything, or let alone buy fucking $500 Ed Hardy fucking t-shirts, all right? So then I went to him a couple of days later and I'm like, look, my kids are off for 9 days. Can I take some extra days off? He looks at me and he's like, how long? I said, you tell me, how many extra days can I do? I think I touched on this last week. He said 1. I said, okay, I'll take the Tuesday, Wednesday. Don't argue, all right? So I go to my uncle and I said, look, he's closing Tuesday and he's granted me Wednesday off. Can I have your blessings? He's like, go. All right, so I want to stay at the Londoner Grand. And it's not like I wanted to stay there. Reach out to them. They're giving me no golden carpet service. I need golden carpet service, okay? Whether you think I'm a celebrity or you think I'm a douche, right? It's irrelevant to me, right? This is my life, okay? Now, my friend that shed me, who I always talk about, right? I've mentioned this, this friend knows that I only want to go places where I'm treated really well, right? And, there's that fucking song, I can't remember, from Cheers, where everybody knows your name, right? And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to go, I talked about this last time, talked about this so many times, I don't want to rock up as a fucking stranger. I want to be God wherever I go. I want CR7 service. So, Londoner, great price, no CR7 service, no, I don't know what this guy's saying. It's his world. The hotel is just, once you let me get to the point before shitting on me and stuff, right? It'll be a valuable lesson for you guys, I promise you. So London don't want to give me golden carpet service, just, low price room, just okay, whatever. So I was like, I need golden carpet service. And who was willing to give it to me? The W, all right? And if you watch the video, my suite was exquisite considering what I paid, okay? If you watch the restaurant tour of Diva, I mean, I had a meal and a half. There's still more content to come out, right? And, they really, really looked after me. And it was my cheapest meal there, considering it was the most glamorous meal. So I don't know what the fuck they did to the bill. Did you know one of your videos were in Try Not to Laugh? I don't even understand. What is Try Not to Laugh? Tell me. Send it to me. Send it to me on Insta. Don't send it to me on TikTok. I don't know what is Try Not to Laugh. And like the facilities there, the pool was fucking beautiful. I've done pool video. The gym was fucking beautiful, and everybody knew my name from the second I landed. Okay, it was awesome. And Macau is a great city. It's a very small city. You can cover. Look, there's 3 facets here. There's the glam facet, all the casinos and shopping centers and beautiful restaurants. There's the old Macau, which is the heritage side. Very, very beautiful. It's all old, right? And the problem with this, the restaurants in this old area are just shit. Customer service is shit. The food is fucking. The food ingredients are, mediocre and stuff. You're not getting high quality A-grade produce. And then the third aspect is it's a rat shithole, right? Where Anthony Bourdain and his, fans, and I like Anthony Bourdain, right? But he created like a genre of people that want to walk dirty streets and eat dirty food, right? So there's 3 facets here, and I'm not interested in that third facet. The second facet I'm done with. I've seen the heritage site enough times, and I'd go back and walk around because it is that beautiful if they had good restaurants there. So me, I'm only interested in the glam. And you can cover the glam in 2 or 3 days, okay? And, the Venetian there is so fucking beautiful. I didn't even enter one casino. I don't gamble, right? I'm not even interested. And the shopping is so beautiful. The decor is so beautiful. Your gondoliers there and stuff. You've got the whole canal that they've built indoors. The Parisian is there. The whole Eiffel Tower. I did that 10 years ago or whatever. I took the kids up the Eiffel Tower, the Parisian. Maybe even done it twice. They have the Londoner. I showed you that all last year. The cab ride with David Beckham and stuff. I had breakfast at the Churchill Bar. I've been to Macau so many times and shown so many videos, out there of every hotel and every, Michelin starred restaurant I've done. So you've got to go way back, right? This pre-pandemic, pre-everything. I've been posting on Insta since Insta came out. So when did Insta come out? I don't even know. You know what I mean? I'm an early adopter, and I've been showing Macau. I go there every year. The only time I didn't go there was during the pandemic. But otherwise, every year I'll take a trip to Macau, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, whatever it is. And I had such a great time. And the great time came from, the meals with the kids. The bonding is so good. I want to actually be a spokesperson for Macau as well. You're coming in a year, bro. It's not like you're coming in a week. You should just come now. Telling me that you're planning to visit Hong Kong in a year doesn't make any sense. If you want to buy a suit, buy it from me now. I'm the world's first virtual tailor. We can do it right now. Talking about something in fucking a year, I don't even know if I'm going to be alive or in business and stuff. You can't think that far ahead. It's silly. You got to focus on now. You got to conquer now. So the first, we land there, we just the golden carpet welcome, like David Beckham has landed and stuff. I need stuff like this. I like stuff like this. I need stuff like this. Okay. Upgraded to a beautiful suite. I've shown it all. I'm less enthusiastic in my Melwani Cribs videos. My suit is 1,000 sterling. Because I've done so many of them, going way, way, way back, which with a lot more energy and stuff. And the kids were babies and they were super excited. Now the kids don't even want to fucking be in it except for Rian. And Serene stands outside the room until we get the video done. But the suite not only was it beautiful, the fixtures and fittings are all brand new, really, really fucking high quality. And that's what I like, really, really fucking high quality. Where does this, think this to yourself. Where you people call me a snob, right? Okay. Fuck, call me a snob. I don't know, call me what the fuck you want. I don't even give a flying fuck what you call me. But yeah, you call me a snob. Where does this snobbishness come from? My love for beauty, decadence, extravagance, right? If I love beauty, decadence, extravagance so much, quality, right? So much, high end so much. What the fuck do you think my suits are? My suits are beauty, decadence, quality, high end, the best ingredients. I've got 2 people here watching, Daniel and Lisa. Daniel has 30 items from me, Lisa has 20 items. And they will attest to that, right? I provide such great stuff. Hence, I work with so many fucking celebrities, all right? And yeah, I mean, so to be away with the kids was so good. So the first, we get there, and then, we settle in, whatever, and we go for a long walk around, and we go to the Ritz-Carlton for dinner. And this Ritz-Carlton cafe is fucking gorgeous. The service is amazing, and the food is expensive, but still half the price of what I paid in Hong Kong. What I paid in Hong Kong, and we had such a great time. Proof comment, yes. We had such a great time as a family, bonding and stuff. That kind of stuff is just priceless, and I've talked about that so many times. Me having meals with my family and bonding with my family is priceless, absolutely priceless. Then the next day, we had lunch at this Japanese place that we visit virtually every time we stay there. Last time we went there just for the day, so we didn't go there. So it means a lot to us, and the food there is amazing. We had another amazing meal where we ordered just the best stuff ever. Dined like motherfuckers, and yeah, we paid half the price what we paid for this meal in Hong Kong, right? Hong Kong, very expensive city. I'm not knocking Hong Kong though; it's down to the rents and stuff. I'm super attractive, and I'll take that as a great compliment. Me and my son are super stylish, and I appreciate everything you say. My kids mean everything to me, absolutely everything. Put me in, coach. I'll bring us home the homecoming trophy. I don't understand English, bro. I speak real English. What English you guys speak, I don't know. It's some bastardized fucking English. Honestly, you know what I mean? No wonder Bad Bunny fucking took over your Super Bowl. I mean, the level of English in the United States is so fucking atrocious. It's crazy. You know what I mean? It's only at the upper echelons that people can speak English properly. Otherwise, you guys have destroyed your language so much that it's better that Bad Bunny took over your fucking Super Bowl, because what the fuck does this guy even speak? You know what I mean? Some of the stuff that people speak is just really, really disgusting. It makes no fucking sense. Oh, I'm not angry. I'm not angry at all. I just have an angry face, right? It's only around women that I don't have an angry face. So basically, go to Macau for the decadence. Go to Macau if you want heritage shit. Go to Macau if you want rat-eating shit like Anthony Bourdain. But it has a lot to offer, but you have to land in Hong Kong first. So if you're in Hong Kong for a while, there's so much to do in Hong Kong. If you feel that, why will I come to Hong Kong for so long? There's always a day trip, an overnight trip, a 2-day trip to Macau. And we did that. We had a great time. Family bonding. So amazing Japanese lunch on the Wednesday. Tuesday night was the Ritz-Carlton dinner. Wednesday night was the Diva dinner, right? Where I posted a video of me and Saria. And boom, and then we had a great lunch and a great walk around on Thursday, and we came back Thursday night. We had dinner there as well. I mean, it was just such a fucking good time. And I caught up with a couple of people. I caught up with a great friend of mine that I've known since 1998. And he's the F&B director for all F&B for all of Sands. All of Sands. You know, Sands and mega fucking company. How many casinos they have? My friends are all top people, right? I mean, think about my age. Think about how long I've been working, right? My friends are uber successful people, right? Then I went to see another friend of mine who runs the Versace hotel there, and had lunch with him. And yes, I caught up with who I needed to catch up with, and we had a great time. And as soon as we get back, Serena becomes a fucking bitch again. I hate to say that about my daughter, but she's just so bitchy, you know what I mean? It's just tough. And then we come back and Saria goes into a shell again, and she doesn't answer any questions, she doesn't speak. So fucking odd. And if you look at my daughter Saria, she is beautiful. And we started Saria's Instagram account last Sunday. And there's only 2 posts. One is just a photo of her welcoming her, saying, hey, I'm on Insta. And the second is a video that we did. So we shot content last Sunday for 2 venues, all right? One is a tonkatsu restaurant. Katsu, do you know what katsu is? So the first katsu video dropped this morning, okay? So it's on my 3 Insta channels, all right? And you can watch them there. It's not on TikTok or anything else. Collabs are only on Insta. And then last Monday, this dessert place, Cactus Coffee, that we visited, right? So this is part of my influencer work, right? You know, people hire me to do this and stuff. And so it was like a family rep video. Serena refused to come because she knew she didn't want to sit around while we were being filmed. You know what I mean? So she's totally not into family bonding and all that stuff. She said, hey, I want to come for lunch, but if you guys are being filmed, I'm not interested in being the periphery, right? It doesn't make sense. She doesn't want to be involved. She doesn't want to be immersed, but she doesn't want to be on the periphery and stuff. It makes no fucking sense to me, right? Can't understand it. Anyways, to each their own. She's missing out on everything. She's missing out on the benefits of being my daughter, the platform there is. So one thing I realized about the kids is that when Ryan started his Instagram account, right? I mean, the numbers were skyrocketing. It's about a year ago. But he just got bored of posting. And he just doesn't want to post, and there are no posts anymore, right? And, you know, the numbers were huge, right, when he broke out. And Saria, I encouraged her the whole time in Macau. I encouraged her this week, let's put something else up, and she's just not interested in stuff. So it's not. I don't know if it's interest or if it's laziness. Okay, they like. There's this guy just hating here on YouTube, and I don't even understand why. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it. Like, I'm talking away about my life and my family, and there's some guy just shitting away. I don't understand this guy, Stink Police, and he names himself Stink Police. This is what I'm saying. I mean, like, I don't get it. I don't understand. Can somebody explain to me where all this hate comes from? I have no fucking clue. So she wants to come for lunch, but she doesn't want to immerse herself, and she doesn't want to be on the periphery. Okay. And that's pretty much it. So she's gonna lose her. I mean, the guy is a cunt. Honestly, Bradley, the guy's a cunt. Depressed motherfuckers. I mean, I'm handsome, I'm rich, I'm ripped. I have 3 beautiful kids. I have a world famous father. I said all of this, right? You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, I'm not angry about anything. I'm just here to talk about me and stuff, right? I have a massive fan base. This opportunity to get to know me, ask me questions, talk about me, right? And so forth. Where this hate come from, so I have no fucking clue. It just doesn't make any sense to me, and so forth. And I'm so honest with you guys about, my downs, right? Like the 3 bands on Insta this week, how Serena and me are not close, how Saria is so quiet and stuff. I've been totally open about my life with you guys, how my dad is with me, how my uncle is with me. Anyways, at the end of the vacation, I'm just like, I should have taken the whole 9 days off. I don't get it, right? Like, I don't understand this why my father and uncle are so averse to me taking time off. Like, I just don't fucking get it. It doesn't make any sense. Why do they want me to be trapped here and trap themselves here? But they can't trap themselves here on their own because they're worried that they'll burn out or faint or have some fucking sort of meltdown, right? And so forth. And I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but I was telling my uncle a couple of weeks ago, and I was telling my stepmother a couple of weeks ago, I said that, I'm like the first responder. Every time my dad has an episode and stuff, I'm the first. I have to face it, and it's awful, right? It's only after I revive him and they're involved that then they take over the situation. But I have to face, his episodes. You know what I mean? And I'm tired of it, right? And if he's not well enough to handle himself, then he needs to spend less time at work. I'm always the one facing it. You know what I mean? And I'm just fucking tired of this shit. So come back to work, and it's been a quiet week. And I hope that next week is going to be huge. Now, a couple of things about this bro fell off shit, right? Even from the friend that shed me, that told me that, how come sponsors only work with me once, and maybe I scare away sponsors by being so, non-mainstream, which is myself. You're attracted to me because I'm me. You're scared off by me because I'm me. It's okay. That's part of life, right? You know what I mean? I always talk about the Cristiano and Messi theory, right? 4 billion, all right? And stuff. And we talked about it in detail last week, so no point in going through it again. That's why I want, I hope everybody comes in every week, or at least they catch up during the week so they understand what I'm talking about. Because a lot of what I do falls into that theory of mine, the Cristiano Messi theory, the 4 billion, right? How much can you capture? And so what did I do? I did a gig last Sunday, for this Cactus Coffee, for the Dubai chocolate dessert, the new Dubai chocolate dessert. I did a gig for this other restaurant, this Tanari, which is a Japanese tonkatsu restaurant, really cutting edge, absolutely progressive tonkatsu, and it's run by Koreans. And I have been re-invited by the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. This guy's just typing away shit. You've got to listen to this guy, okay? First of all, I can't understand his English to start with. Okay, listen to this asshole. This guy would probably fucking report me now. Okay. This guy's called Stink Police. He goes, "Put me in, coach. I'll bring us home the homecoming trophy." Okay. What the fuck is this? Some fucking Iowa shit? Aha. You big mad. This is what I'm talking. This is why Bad Bunny took over the Super Bowl. All right. Who shits on the only viewer? No wonder you're hiding in China. Ha ha. 5 big viewers, massive numbers. War onto you. No, he doesn't have the apostrophe even for we are. Okay. No hate. all that but 5 viewers. I started following you as a fan of you after I don't know how many lives of you crying over your dad. I'm now his #1 fan. Bro fell off. Stop crying about your dad, brother. Man up and learn how to play some EVH. Like, I mean, you know, at first when I was like, Bad Bunny is doing the Super Bowl, I don't even know his songs, I don't know what the fuck he said, nothing, blah, blah, blah. When I see the atrociousness of the English in the United States, how atrocious the English in the United States, right? It's better you have a guy speaking Spanish and come and take over your Super Bowl, because you fucking Americans cannot speak English. Your language, I don't know what it is denigrated into. And I think that is a particular class and demographic that, you know, I'm very much against, right? I think it's the welfare class, the ebonics class, the handouts class, the student aid class, all that shit. It's definitely not the middle class and the upper class who would speak this way. You know what I mean? This, like, you know, you got white people, Hispanic people, black people, all types of people, like, just, you know, changing the English language. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, where does this emanate from? Like, their parents? I have no fucking clue. I mean, lack of integrity, lack of morals is something that's not here in China, right? You know, in Asia, it's all about being a bit moralistic, and it's all about being very, very having high level of integrity, right? Because name and face are so important, right? And that you can't dispute that, because the numbers in Asia, the population numbers are just so large, right? It's from, you know, the population numbers are so large, so I mean, you can't knock on Asian values, and that's pretty much it. And James, Jim, definitely with you. It's not from the middle class and the upper echelons, right? It's just from the low class people, the handout culture, the food stamp people, right? Who just destroy the English language. I have no idea. So good on you, Bad Bunny. At first I was against the idea, but, you know, if you guys can't speak proper fucking English, then you deserve to have some Spaniard come in and fucking take over your shit. It's a good shit on you. Maybe you will rev your English skills up, okay? And, you know, maybe welcome a British band next year or something. And that's pretty much it, you know what I mean? You know, it serves you fucking right. Learn how to speak English properly. And maybe someone who speaks English will sing at the Super Bowl again. And if not, fuck, you know what I mean? Get fucking some Hispanic bitch to do it next time around, right? Yeah, you've got a ton of them over there. I didn't want to bring this fucking topic up. So supposedly bro fell off. Supposedly bro's attitude scares off sponsors and stuff. But I did this Cactus Coffee gig last week. I did this Tonkatsu gig last week, both on the same day with Saloni Rian Saria. The Saria video, where she's the main character, along with me, debuted on Monday. The Tonkatsu video with me as the main character debuted today. I've been invited back by the University of Science and Technology as a VIP. Last year, I was their main show. So they built an event around me. This is one of our top 6 universities. It's a top 100 university in the world. And this guy just keeps going on, right? You know what I mean? Let him keep barking. It just makes no sense. So it's one of our top 6 universities. I've spoken about this, one of our top 100. It's the 3rd time that I'm going to visit them. I came as a guest of honor for something where I didn't speak, I just interacted. I then came as the guest of honor last year, where they built an entire event around me, and I did a fireside chat in the atrium to about 100 students, and it was filmed. And this year I'm like another star of the show, and I'm going to be involved in booths and games and stuff. I really don't know. I don't really give a fuck, right? You get a very honorable invitation, you take it, and then, you know, I'm very easy to go with the flow. I don't need to write a script or even worry about anything, right? I'll be ready to rock and roll. I want to wear a very progressive suit, but it's a long event. I've got to be there 10 in the morning. It takes me an hour to drive there. And I've got a government reception that I've been invited to by our chief executive and our home affairs department. I spoke about this last week as well. So I've got both on the same day. And I don't think there's time to come home, freshen up, change, and go to the next event. So I really got to think about this, and this is all tomorrow. I want to wear a progressive suit for the event because it's going to look good on video, but then I need to wear a dark suit for the reception. And I think this, if you think that these are big problems, believe me, there are more bigger problems in the world, and I recognize that. But you know, I'm just sharing that with you. Leo, did you really get a hand-tailored suit from me? I only do hand-tailored suits. You don't need to describe it as hand-tailored, because they're all hand-tailored. There's no machine-tailored suits from me. So, exciting day tomorrow, huge day tomorrow. Bro hasn't fallen off. Bro is still doing videos for the W Hotel. Bro is doing videos for dessert places. Bro is doing videos for restaurants. And the interesting part is, like, I haven't put up a video this weekend. The Tonkatsu video launched. The teaser video for me for HKUSC launched. Another Gaylord video launched, where we're talking about how I took the governor of Hong Kong during British rule to Gaylords for dinner, and you know, I talk about, you know, I touched upon the many other people that I've taken there. Yeah, I've taken Carrie Lam there, who is our former chief executive as well. So that video launched and stuff. So, I mean, so we've got 3 brands at a major university in the last 4 days or 3 days or 2 days, or W Hotel, let's throw them in 5 certs. Gaylord, Cactus Coffee, Tonari, W Macau, and Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. So I'm heavily involved in everything, and I have a government meeting tomorrow, right? So that's 6 big things. I don't think Bro has fallen off. I think Bro has long since arrived, and Bro is here to stay no matter what. Bro keeps fighting, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, no matter what I wear, I'll look very, very handsome. I know that. If you want to, bro, you want a suit from me, right? So just wear the suit. You look good. You don't need to worry about that. Yeah, I'm posting like normal content videos and collabs, and I'm still getting banned every other day by Insta. It doesn't even make any fucking sense. It makes no sense. I don't even know what their community guidelines are. You know what I mean? Like, these are all collab videos. I haven't posted anything of myself except for like a restaurant fucking review, and a sweet review. Okay, a sweet review with Rihanna and a restaurant review with Sari. Is all that I fucking posted, and I'm still getting banned every other day. It makes no sense. All right, we're gonna take a quick break here. Does anyone have any questions? Otherwise, I'm going to move over to my notes page. Questions? Hello, Cole. No questions. Everyone is dead. So, like, Ty Wolf doesn't have a question. Ahmad, Leo, Sean, Jenny White. Jenny, did we meet in person? Alan Raxon, Dental Clinic, Mohammed, Mira, Peter, and Adam. See, Sean Stunts, if you cannot come to Hong Kong, you can purchase a suit from me by mail, right? I'm the world's first virtual tailor. I've just told the story too many times, right? You send me your measurements to the measurement chart on my website, and I can make you something amazing. Or you come and fly to Hong Kong. Hong Kong is a great city. What is my opinion on the Epstein files? I have no opinion. I don't care. You're not going to like my opinion, okay? I've always said that I don't like that in the United States, I've said this so many times, said for years, okay, that the Manhattan CEO running some big corp has the same rights as a street sleeper that's sleeping there on his curb, okay, and that the police have to treat them equally, and the judge has to treat them equally, and stuff like that. Chris, what does that mean? I'm hoping I didn't just get you banned. What did you do? Cole, I'm not doing anything to get banned. So asking me what do I think, right? I don't think anything, right? And stuff. Asking me, you know, you haven't asked me about Prince Andrew, but I will say this, right? Instagram Live is not shut down. You're talking nonsense to me. Daniel, can you ban this guy, please, who's lying away? You know, I feel very sorry for Prince Andrew, right? See, I don't know the other side. You asked me to try and sympathize on the other side. I've not followed the case. I don't know. All I know is I've seen Prince Andrew my whole life, right? I believe my father worked with him. I know he definitely worked with Sarah Ferguson and stuff. There's photos of my father and Sarah Ferguson. I'm not sure about Prince Andrew. all of my store, checks from her, letters from her, everything. So I don't have a view, right? And I don't care if President Trump is part of it or not part of it. This kind of stuff means nothing to me. And of course, I have 2 daughters, right? So if something bad happened to my children, whatever, then maybe the side would flip, right? But the upbringing that I've had and the people that I've worked with and the amount that I've, grinded in my life to get to where I am, to work with the people that I've worked with and stuff, right? My view is going to be slightly skewed. I can't help that. Right? These type of people, President Trump has bought a suit for my father, okay? These type of people, right? The royal family, right? My father has an MB from the Queen. These type of people have been good to my family, okay? They've been good to my family always for decades, right? So, and I don't know the people from the other side. I don't follow the people from the other side and so forth. But what I see from the people from the other side is their language, right? And the language is so poor and it's all hate and it's all against the rich and it's all against the famous and stuff. So I don't know. So I stay out of this kind of shit, okay? I really do. I don't know what to tell you. And how would I know if Trump is actually part of it? It's nothing to fucking do with me, right? You know what I mean? American politics has nothing to do with me. And so forth. And that's why I invite you always come to Hong Kong and have a vacation. Come to Hong Kong and have a vacation. Ja Crispy, you're probably one of the people that report me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the videos are hilarious. The clients beg for it. We all know this by now. It's been going on for years. Okay, and you'll probably tell people who report it. The people who are on my side are not on my side. They're not doing anything for me, right? Except for cheering me on. The people who are not on me are like going out and fucking reporting me and stuff. It doesn't make any sense. Absolutely makes no sense. Getting banned is the shittiest feeling. I got banned 3 times in 5 days this week. It doesn't make any sense. So do you have any questions for me? You saw me get a haircut. First you tell me you have a suit from me. Then you ask me something about thing. Now you say you saw me having a haircut from Chungking Mansion. Why don't you talk more about yourself? I don't know what GAT is, bro. Well, obviously I'm going to support Gaylord, right? I'm the ambassador. I wouldn't have agreed to it if I didn't actually love the restaurant. Jack C, I appreciate you. All this one day you will fly from England. Fly now. You know what I mean? Now is the moment. There's no one day. One day. You don't need to fly. Then you just buy a suit by mail. Adam, tell them at Meta. Parker, I appreciate you. Yeah, my beard is rock and roller, right? I'm so ahead of the curve. Smithereens, come now or buy it by mail. So let me tell you a couple of things, right? About how the end of last year in Hong Kong worked out. Sean Sands, you don't have to travel here. You can purchase a suit from me right now. I celebrated CNY with my family. I told you this. I went to Macau. I don't really want to get into to be that revealing about my dad's episodes. You just gotta trust me. What made me start doing social media? It's free. It's a free way to get yourself out there. So, the number of foreign business in Hong Kong now is at a record high. All right, you got to listen to this. All the seeds that the government started sowing 2.5 years ago are starting to come to fruition. All right, low taxes, that is huge, and they're willing to increase the exemption threshold. They think the taxes are already so low, and they're willing to increase the exemption threshold. I have a great family, bro. You're talking 75 different topics at once. Hong Kong is super safe. I've said this 1 billion times, okay? We have the best infrastructure out of any place on the fucking planet, all right? There are places which have this, oh wow, this thing is amazing. And that thing is amazing in another place. We have everything that's amazing, okay? We may not have the highest tower or the fastest train, but everything of ours is amazing. We don't have, the single thing that we stick ourselves on. The fucking public transport is super cheap, looks so fucking beautiful. all of you need to listen to me. Seriously, listen to me and come here for a vacation. All right? Honestly, come here for a vacation. I mean, you can see my life. I'm living the fucking life here, right? Come to Hong Kong. Right? What the fuck are you gonna do in Paris? They're gonna fucking rob you fucking blind. Go to London. I think London is amazing. You know how fucking expensive it is? You're fucked over there. How can you live it up? Come to Hong Kong. We are fucking gorgeous here. Come for a vacation. Young people, any type of person, explore moving here and working here for at least a short period of time, especially if you don't have an American passport. If you have an American passport, you still got to pay taxes back home. But if you've got a British passport, Australian passport, New Zealand passport, you will pay such low taxes here and you'll be in the safest city on the planet. Do you like the West or Hong Kong better? Bro, I like everything. You know what I'm saying? 017 CI, you can make a suit from me right now. Just send me 1,000 sterling and we can get going. And stuff. Definitely, you've got to come. I've been extolling the virtues of Hong Kong for so long. Nobody's fucking paying me to do this. Karma update. After finally coming back from an 8-month injury and working his way through to, what did he do? A 6th, a 8th, a 4th, and then a photo finish to lose for a second. He's injured himself again. There we go again. This guy's asks this weird fucking questions and stuff. You can win being micro, right? And I learned this from when I first paid attention to the United States presidential elections, where there's something called retail politics, and part of it was the presidential candidates go door to door and talk with people. Obviously, it's just a show. But when I realized way back then that you can win by micro, okay? And that is what I do. I have no gigantic Super Bowl win, okay? I just don't. I grind and I grind and I grind, okay? And I get Imagine Dragons to come to my store and into my house, Meta World Peace to come to my store and into my house. I work with Tom Segura, both in my store and virtually, okay? I've done some huge things, all right, by being micro, you know what I mean? Bastards like Cathay Pacific, you know what I mean, who took my government's money, but don't give me the respect that I do. They're a home airline, but they act in a woke white West manner, you know what I'm saying? They toe that line. Bastards like HSBC, bastards like my kids' school, King George V School, they take our money, they take our government's money. Hello, Pakistan. You know what I mean? Bastards like the Kowloon Cricket Club, you know what I mean? Who I sponsored for years and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They want to be woke. They want to be them. They want to be middle. They don't want to be out of the box and stuff. This works to your advantage. The fact that the big boys are so fucking woke, the fact the big boys are so cowardly, okay? Look at this. Sir Jim Ratcliffe says something at the end of a 14 minute 57 second interview that the United Kingdom is being colonized by immigrants, okay? He says that at the end of an interview, one line. The entire interview with Sky News is actually about chemicals, okay? Chemicals, the chemical business, chemical industry, taxation, okay? And how they can't compete with the United States now in Europe because of the stupid fucking £1 million tax they're getting. But that gets picked up and it gets blown all over the world. I don't even understand why. I watched that interview. There's nothing wrong with what he said, and it had nothing to do with Man United, okay? And then sponsors are worried, and sponsors are saying this and that. I mean, what kind of sponsors? You wanted to be with this team, and now you're fucking shitting on the team and the fucking owner? It doesn't make any sense. So, you know what? If people are like this, they want to be so woke, right? If people are like this, they want to be so mainstream. I lectured at Chinese University of Hong Kong, and I told them you're all going to fail unless you think outside of the box and actually do something outside of the box, like how I've done. Okay? All right? It's very difficult. You need a lot of resources, a lot of time, a lot of energy, whatever, to really succeed on the middle ground, right? Trying to please everyone. But if you go out aggressive in a micro manner and build yourself a niche business and make yourself into a niche character, then you can win. You can become big. you can become huge, okay? And one of the choices I made when my country was locked in during COVID was like I'm going to break out, I'm going to be Jafar, all right? Because there's no Aladdin shit that's going to help me, okay? The bad boy's going to help me, and it did. Should a brand have an opinion or just products? I think you should just have fucking products, honestly. You know what I mean? That's what it's there for. That's the problem with the fucking woke Wide West, right? Brands have opinions, you know what I mean? I don't want to hear that shit, you know what I mean? I'll never buy Lululemon in my fucking life. You can't pay me to wear that shit. Unless you actually pay me to wear that shit. And that's pretty much it. I explained to Saria that when we go racing, right, it can be boring, okay? Especially when karma doesn't win. And especially when we're waiting so long for the race itself. So the last race that we went, it was the last race that was at 5:50. By the time it kicks off 5:55, we have to be there before 1:30. Those are the rules. And like, that's a long day. A long day if you're not a gambler. A long day if you don't give a fuck about horses. A long day if you only care about your own horse, right? Okay, we were rewarded by this second place loss, this first place loss by photo finish. It was huge, it was exciting, it made the whole day worth it, okay? You cannot buy emotion and feeling like that, right? But I explained to Sari about the races before this. I said to her, yes, it is boring when karma doesn't win, okay? And it is boring waiting around for karma, okay? But I reminded her, and this is what I'm trying to explain to you, whether it's my fucking horse, a tonkatsu meal, a tonkatsu ad, a stay at the W Hotel in Macau, or a talk at the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, how do I micro win? I milk everything that I can, okay, from this thing, by being me, by being, OTT, by being me, right? By being the Jafar. And I create content and I create BTS that nobody has ever delivered in these situations, in situations that deliver them in. And she understood. And I told her that she is a big part of it. Whether she's on camera with me or holding the camera, which is what she does most of the time, that she's a huge part of it. And I reminded her of that, and she gets it. And I need to remind the kids of this, and I need to remind Saloni of this all the time. I said, we're all eating, okay? I remind my staff of this as well. I said, we're all eating. If you want to be the star of the show, if you want to go on and you can make the most milking, most coverage, most money, most sales, go. I'll support you. Okay? I'll support you completely. But if you can't do it, and we're all eating from this pie, the same pie, then you have to support me. And when I tell them this, they get it, but I have to keep reinforcing that to them, because that is humanity, right? That's human nature and stuff. People need reminding of this stuff, just that the way I need reminding how amazing my father and uncle are to me, how much they've done for me. And that's pretty much it, right? You know what I'm saying? And I need people in my life to remind me of that, but generally I remember it myself. And it's a tough situation to be in, but it's also an amazing, the outcomes are amazing. The enjoyment is amazing. The value is amazing. The grind is tough. The grind is absolutely fucking tough, but you can win. I am living proof of that you can win without $1 million budget. You can win without having to be part of a big company. You can win by being the face, by making yourself the face. Look at that Muslim woman who made her face the makeup brand. Look at what a star she is fucking now, right? And she's got counters in Hong Kong as well. I can't remember her name. Somebody tell me her name. She's been under a lot of controversy. But it's incredible what I've accomplished and what you can accomplish if you put yourself out there, if you break yourself away from the norm. Anyone have a question for me before I go into the next topic? I'll explain something to you. Everyone wants a piece of me for free. show up for photos, meeting outside, and they're fucking rich people, right? We live in a very rich city, okay? But they don't want to come and buy suits. They don't want to fucking support me. So I meet all these youngsters at races, right? 20-something years old, this, that. And they all have very wealthy parents, all wearing designer stuff. And they all want to milk me for a photo. They're Hong Kongers like me. But bastards, they don't want to come and purchase a suit from me, right? You know what I mean? But I'm Hong Kong born and bred. My business is Hong Kong, 68 years old, this, that. So they're not fucking true fans. You know what I mean? They're not true fans. They're not true supporters and stuff. She's milking me for a fucking photo. Come buy a fucking suit from me. You know what I mean? And we can be friends. What is my BMI? What the fuck is BMI? Fuckers don't buy my Plenty of Consent brand. Fuckers don't buy cameos, even though the prices dropped from $40 US to $5 US. You know, I don't get paid for views in China, right? On anything. I give everybody entertainment. I give everybody transparency. So I don't owe anybody anything back. That's what I'm trying to say, right? I'm not getting paid for views, okay? I entertain people. People obviously have entertainment from the content that I put out. People are obviously entertained by my videos. But unless you're buying suits from me, right? I'm not getting anything back. You say you're a fan. I say, look, I've given you entertainment. I made you laugh, okay? So, you know what I mean? I don't owe anybody anything. I try to be as good to people as possible. Yesterday, I'm doing a fitting with a guy. He meets me 6 months or a year ago. I was having lunch somewhere in this busy small street full of restaurants. And I don't know which restaurant I was having lunch at. And he was working in one of the restaurants that I used to go to, but I don't like that organization anymore. And this guy comes up to me and he says, hey, I'm a huge fan of his. He's tall as me. He's from Serbia. And I said, fuck Djokovic. He goes, one day I'm going to buy a suit for me. I give him my card. He said, the sooner the better. 6 months later, he shows up at the store, day before yesterday. And he buys 3 suits for me and a shirt. And this guy's such a great kid. And I had a great time with him. And it's easy. Like, I will always work out a deal for you if you're genuinely interested in purchasing a suit from me. Especially people who are here in Hong Kong, that have time, that there's no rush, there's no deadline whatsoever. I can work with them personally, right? So the value is always going to be there, all right? So I'm fitting this guy yesterday, him and his mom, and these 2 Chinese kids come in. I don't know if they're from Hong Kong or from abroad or whatever. And I'm like, how can I help you? They're like, he's giggling away like dumb fucks, right? And I'm like, you want to buy a suit? They're like, we just want a photo. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here working with a fucking client. And this kind of shit happens all the time. All the time. I just don't get it. I mean, if you're coming to my store, buy something. I say it all the time. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Why would you fly all the way to Hong Kong and buy a suit from me, not even a shirt? It's just so odd. It's just so odd. We say this all the time because it keeps happening every fucking day. You know, when Karma came forth, right? Not his last start, but the start before, right? It was on the undercard of a huge race day. So once again, I was at a huge race day. And, you know, these are concessions, right? Okay, to be part this time, again, on the undercard of a huge race day. These are concessions. But I need a win to stay relevant. I think it's 11 races now without a win. You know what I mean? 5 wins in 15 races. And now 11 races without a win. Lots of amazing chances. Jeez. And now another fucking injury. I need this guy. What's wrong with the TikTok screen? TikTok, you there? It's all gone dark or frozen. This happens all the time on TikTok. I need this guy to win. I need this guy to stay relevant. My TikTok screen is frozen as always. Talk is cheap, guys. You know what I mean? Getting a suit and all this, that. Until you buy a suit, talk is cheap. Talk is absolutely fucking cheap as fuck. I speak to Danielle about this all the time. Like, I need a fucking win to stay relevant. I say this to Rihanna. I say this to Salonia. I say this to Saria. I need a win to stay relevant because the crowd is so good to me. You know what I mean? I spoke about this last week. The crowd is so good to me. I want to win for the fans. I really do. You know what I mean? They're so fucking good to me. It's insane. You know, I had an amazing time from when my friend Art Frieden was in town. You know, Art has maybe nearly 200 outfits from me. And he supported me so much during the pandemic, every other week making a different purchase. And because of him, other people became infected, all right? And then he's come to see me 5 times since the pandemic ended, okay? And we've done some great live streaming work whilst he was in New York before I ever met him. And we've done some great live streaming work side by side. And he posted a video this weekend. You should check out how I bring people's visions to life. Absolutely bring visions to life. And you should check out this guy's page at Art Friedland, ARTFREEDLAND. Daniel's going to type it in the TikTok chat, and Lisa's going to type it in the Insta chat right now. And you should check out this guy's Insta page, check out his TikTok page. It's all projects that me and him have done, all right? It's all projects that me and him have done. And see the type of suits and the type of jackets that I'm capable of making. It is all cutting edge stuff. And the great part about working with this guy is that he's my great friend. He challenges me with the most insane projects. I raise the bar every time I work with him, okay? And he creates we've created these beautiful videos together, where now his entire page is like a library of sensational work that me and him have done together. You know what I'm saying? It's a homage to him, and it's a homage to me. And I'm so grateful to him. I'm absolutely so grateful to him. We had a great time while we were together. I took him to dinner at Hugo's. This time round, I took him to another dinner, I can't remember where, which was over the top and amazing, but definitely Hugo's over the top and amazing. It's just fucking brilliant in every ways. I did a bunch of live streaming with him while he was here, and it was wild. It was so wild. And you know, I can't wait for all of you really to come to Hong Kong and purchase a suit from me. We'll have such a great time together. It's so much fun shopping with me, right? And if you live here, you're silly not to come and buy a suit from me. You're really silly not to come and buy a suit from me. So I'm going to tell you more about Art. I mean, the guy is just incredible. Anyways, I've got this government interview last week. It's tomorrow. Government meeting tomorrow. I showed you this giant picture of Mix, the Senate Majority Leader, wearing my morning suit, right? I've done an amazing tux presentation to Chicago recently on a live stream that you guys should fucking check out. To a guy who I've never ever met before. I've continued to do live stream consultations to Munich with this RAF lifer who's been seconded to NATO by the United States government. I've been making more and more stuff for him, been making stuff for his son. I think it's still something, the stupid videos, for some reason, it's still something that people don't understand. I've said this over and over and over. I don't know why you can't digest it. The clients, they beg for it, right? And I don't even do a video on the spot anymore with anyone. I say, you go away and think about it for 24 hours. And then I did a video with 2 kids, and they begged for it and begged for it and begged for it and begged for it. And I did it with them. They came back the next day. And after I did the video and I posted it and went viral, one of them, the colored one, right? The half fucking Arabic, half fucking some other fucking thing, right? Fuckers just take the video down. I said, fuck you, we had this convo. You know what I mean? I'm not putting the video up in 20 places, and after you beg me for it and you come back 24 hours later and we do the video, I'm not fucking taking it down. You know what I mean? You've got to be kidding me, you pussy. You begged me for all this shit. He goes, oh, my parents saw it, they didn't like it. That's the thing you shouldn't have done in the first place. You shouldn't have begged me for it. You shouldn't have come back 24 hours later and said, Les, I want to do it. I've had time to think about it. You know what I mean? These kids are literally begging for it. It's something that you guys need to understand. It's something that you need to digest. And when I say kid, maybe you're a kid. If, say, you're 20, you think a kid is 11. I'm 49. So for people in their 20s and 30s, they are kids. I'm going to call them kids. So understand that when I say kids, I'm talking about real life consenting adults here who beg me and beg me and beg me and beg me and beg me to do these fucking videos. It is just nuts. Okay? So it's something that you need to get over, right? Your view on it, whether it's skewed, your response to it, whether it's on purpose, even though you understand it, it's just a bit old. You know what I mean? Like, wake up. If you're going to come and attack me, this is to everyone who wants to attack me out there. If you want to come and attack me, change your game plan. Seriously. Because the shit that you spew in the comments, the reports that you make to Instagram and stuff, they ain't working. So if you don't like my content, okay, if you want to attack me, change your game. Because all the shit that you spew and the attacks that you fucking make, they're not stopping me. I'm still fucking here. I'm still fucking thriving. So I'm laying down a challenge to you fuckers, right? Your garbage comments, your garbage mass reporting, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Come at me with something bigger and better than the pedophile stuff, the Epstein stuff, and you know, the daddy stuff, you know what I mean, that, you know, I'm under my father and all that stuff, you mean? Come at me with something bigger, better. Change your game, because this shit that you've been spewing for 3 fucking years, 4 fucking years is garbage. It's not getting you anywhere, all right? You know what I mean? And I'll tell you why. Because it's all lies on your part, right? You obviously understand the game. And you're pretending and attacking with lies. Okay? Which shows what degenerates you fucking are, actually. Right? So either enjoy the show, fuck off, or come up with a better game plan to attack me. Alright? Either enjoy the show, fuck off, or come up with a better game plan to attack me, because what you're doing isn't working. It's just so stale. It's just so fucking stale. You know what I mean? I'll tell you one thing. This bro here ain't falling off. Everyone else is a nobody, and I'm fucking relevant. And that's pretty much it. Remember this again. I spend more time talking people out of videos than doing videos. I explain this over and over to you guys. I explain it over and over to them. I tell them it can be a digital shit stain on their life. I explain that, you know, their parents might get pissed. I explained that they could get in touch. They could, it could be bad for them if, you know, people see it on LinkedIn and, you know, they're woke and they don't like this stuff for some reason. I don't get companies, right? And I don't get people, all right? So this is the thing. People want to shit on everybody. You want to shit on Bad Bunny. You want to shit on President Trump. You want to shit on Jay-Z. You want to shit on fucking Piers Morgan. You want to shit on me. But you won't get together, right? And fight your Goldman Sachs and your KPMG and your McKinsey, right? And your Cathay Pacific and your Department of Justice and whoever the fuck you work for, right? And say, bro, boss, please, boss, I'm working like a motherfucker for you. But what I do in my personal life is my personal life. You have no right to tell me that I can't do what I want in my personal life. I'm not representing Cathay Pacific, HSBC, Deloitte at this time, right? But when I come to work for you and I work hard for you, I'm giving you my everything. Judge me on that. Don't suddenly block what I can do on social media. Why is it that these people can attack Trump, attack people like me in the comments, attack Bad Bunny, attack Piers Morgan, attack whoever the fuck they want, but they own companies that they're working hard for? They bow down and give in to their woke, and they can't record videos, and they gotta, you know, stay off social media and stuff. It is so hypocritical by the people in the comments. It is so hypocritical by the haters. They succumb like dogs. They succumb like beggars to their companies. Stupid policies on social media. But they hate like bastards. They hate like bastards on other people who are putting themselves out there. They hate on celebs. They hate on everybody. Okay? They hate on everybody. I have no idea why it is. I don't understand what the fuck is going on with that. Now, I have talked for 69 minutes. I think that is good enough. If you have questions, I will take them. But if you don't have questions, I will go now. All right? So you guys got to tell me whether you got questions or not, and I'll stay with you. Danielle and Lisa, I want to thank you for your efforts. I don't know what you're talking about, Sheg Therps or whatever the fuck you're saying. I've already talked about the Epstein files, Epstein list. My eldest doesn't want to be on my social media. My favorite experience with my family is they're endless. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I should make a whole episode on just that. I've been to Vegas many times. I have no favorite places there. I'm gonna go take a piss. You think of some questions, and leave some questions when I come back. Great. Otherwise, I'll shut down. No Tarzan, Lovejeet? Okay, I'm back. Did anyone think of any questions? Or is everybody gone? So nothing came up on the TikTok screen. It's really weird people today on YouTube and stuff. Get on social media for exposure for your company. So you've got to look beyond Instagram, right? Like, I don't know, everybody's stuck on Instagram and TikTok for some reason. There's a massive audience on Facebook. There's a massive audience on LinkedIn, you know? The audiences on Facebook are much more mature. The audience on LinkedIn are much more mature and wealthy. So use every social media channel and platform that's available to you, okay? And yeah, boom. You know what I mean? You will get somewhere. You will get somewhere. I promise you, you will get somewhere. No, it's a long piss. I drink a lot of water and a lot of coffee. What's the guy? I don't understand some of the questions. My favorite experience from my family. Maybe I'll make next week's episode all about my family. It's very, very, very weird. This guy, Stink Police, he's a bit of a psycho, you know what I mean? Honestly. Let me just scroll back. Did I get any questions while I was gone on Insta? That I can answer happily for you guys. So, I haven't been to Vegas since 2007. So I can't, it's 19 years. I can't give you an opinion on stuff. I stayed at the Venetian the last time there. It was a piece of shit. It was awful. Mila Clark, are you a woman? I know I'm a sexy beast, but it would mean a lot more to me if you were a woman. Hello, Ducky Phone. They're suspending my TikTok live again for some reason. Like they do every week. I post all my videos on Snapchat as well. I'm not big on disappearing videos. I'm big on permanence. It's not a swastika. Educate yourself before you bark. You know, I mean, very stupid question. This is the thing. But all my videos go on Snapchat. Patrick's, the sooner the better. Come and buy a suit from me, whether it's virtually or in person. We spoke all about the Ed Hardy t-shirt at the start of the live. So what have you got to say now, Ryan Van Kirk? Bring it on. I'm ready for you. The Venetian's awful in Vegas. You are a gorgeous over 18-year-old woman. Is that true, Mila Clark? Yes, me, Oviets. If you don't like me, just fuck off. I don't know what the fuck some of these guys say here. Gaslighter. What does that even mean? I'm not gaslight. My shit is sick. Thank you, Ryan Van Kirk. No, I'm asking you, are you a gorgeous over 18-year-old babe? Woman? You're a woman? Okay, so then you can DM me then. No, don't apologize. It's fine. Perhaps that's why my kids don't want to be on Insta. What do you mean? Jenny Sydney. Have we met before? Ryan, come to Hong Kong now if you want to meet me and purchase a suit for me, or we can work together by mail. You haven't updated what? I appreciate you, Zion. I think that's it. Nobody has any questions. I should go. Well, including the piss break at 79 minutes, I like everything. Anything I can dance to. This weekend and stuff, you ask my daughters or my wife. I don't know the shit, you know what I'm saying? YouTube, you've been really, really odd. You know what I'm saying? Steps slept. I can't read the font in YouTube. It's so tiny. But the guy slept something or another. Slego herpes guy who's fighting this crazy fucker. I appreciate you. I won a lot on the horse race. A lot. All my kids are teens, and they're all different. Come to Hong Kong and eat a buffet. you understand something, that the only thing that's amazing in your guys' country, right, is like, say, the NFL, because there's no better NFL than you have, and the NBA, and there's no better NBA than you have, right? I'll come to Manchester. On that, there's nothing good in your country. I'm never going to stop, Zion. Are you male or female? No free suits. Okay, I'm going to shut down YouTube first. Thank you. TikTok is the most quietest. Thank you, Danielle. I appreciate you. Very grateful to you. I'm going to shut down TikTok. Well, obviously it's one of my children's in the background. I don't know, this is Serena, but my children's photos are all over my office. I don't know where. This is also Serena. This is Serena. That's Saria. Or maybe that's Serena. They all look the same. That's Rian. When they were little, they all looked the same. Come to Hong Kong and party. I just won't be partying with you. Love back to you, India. I mean, obviously they're my children's photos. Kabir, are you in Hong Kong? Obviously, they're my children. I don't have random children's photos. I mean, it's the stupidest question, right? You got to think about what you're fucking saying. Okay, guys. Take care of yourselves. God bless you.